Here's something you might find amusing and you might be able to relate to as well. I was just thinking about it back to my Sunday school days. See, I went to a Baptist church where they preached hellfire and brimstone a lot more than love and kindness and forgiveness and all that other stuff that a lot of Christians claim they preach, right? And the wording of things was like that great, and I was like, oh, and terrible, oh, day of the Lord. There was always that. The wording was always like, and awesome back then. It's like the awesome presence of the Lord. They were talking about the terrifying presence of the Lord, that it filled you with awe and that it was awesome, not that it was awesome. Also, the guy that claims to be so loving and kind cursed a fucking fig tree in particular just because he was hungry. Like the ascendant savior, couldn't get over being pissed off at a fig tree. It's like I shudder to think what he would do to me. Not to mention, like at the end of the book, right? He's like he went out as a lamb, he's coming back as a lion. It's like Rambo First Blood Part 2, you know what I mean? It's like he's going to kill you all. He's going to take you all. He's going to send everybody to hell and he's going to only take 144,000 people. Well, there's 144,000 prophets and shit like that in the Bible that that definitely would go, so you don't have a chance in hell. Actually, you do have a chance in hell. You just don't have a chance in heaven. But yeah, people are like, I don't know how you can have religious trauma in Christianity. The people that are Christians, it's like, hello, have you ever read the fucking book? You ever read what the Old Testament God did to people? He told Joshua to wipe out every man, woman, and child in Jericho. Remember that? Even admits in the Bible that he's no respecter of persons. In other words, it doesn't matter if you pray to him or not. He says he makes it to rain and shine on the good and evil alike. In other words, he is non existent as far as helping you do anything. You can be a great person and suffer terrible shit for it. He's not going to do anything about it. Now, flash forward to modern times. Now you got Christian nationalism, which is basically Nazism, that's pushing this propaganda machine to a militant degree. And yeah, Christianity's a goddamn nightmare. I'm sorry, but me as a pagan, we already dislike it, but now, it's like it's become something like they don't even talk about Christ anymore. They just talk about politics and the current political agenda and shit. So they made it from bad in Sunday school to much worse in my Middle Ages here. Not to mention, the having to deconstruct like and start thinking for yourself and starting to live without the chains, and live without, you know, it's like, you you've been married for 30 years and you don't know how to date anymore. Well, if you've been in the church for 30 years and you get out, you don't know how to think for yourself anymore if you ever did at all. But yeah, the wording of the Bible is crazy, man. And if you read the book for what it is, say you have no belief whatsoever, and you read it as a book, the main character is the fucking villain of the whole thing. He would heal somebody that's blind, but eventually he's going to condemn the whole damn world. I was always that kid that got punished too, like in Sunday school. I would be like, so you're telling me that Satan is the father of lies? Wouldn't that make God the grandfather of all lies? Slap. I was a smart little kid, you know. Don't question though. They were like, don't question, don't question. They quote Proverbs when they said that, lean not to your own understanding, but in every word of the Lord, or something to that effect. One day in Sunday school, I was like, so you're telling me that he sent a part of himself to kill himself, which is suicide, it's a mortal sin, so that he may necromance himself, which is also a sin, uh, And you're also telling me that you're judged based on your knowledge. So if you didn't know anything about him, you would be far better off than if you did. Slap, slap. I wasn't very popular in Sunday school.